Chapter 2. Morning, Shadow, and Light. There were about 50 people surrounding a large table, many of whom were hollow projections that shined with bright red contours on their silhouettes. The head of the DaRuMa Guild was there in a large seat, and the whole scene looked like Yama, the king of hell, surrounded by his demon underlings. A man named Taran Shank's hollow image appeared shortly after the meeting had started. He was a beautiful white-haired young man, but he was covered in blood and smiling about it. "You appear like that?" "Before the general, how dare you," said Meiji Maya. "For us pirates, this is like makeup, isn't it?" Tarrant replied. "It was necessary for space pirates to take a cargo or money, not a person's life. Be careful or I will make you wear your own blood just like I did to your father," Tarrant said as he stared at the pirate named Meiji Maya, who was serving as Ryoko's representative. Tarrant's smile twisted on his face, and he glanced at her projection. "Tarrant, such words should be reserved only for enemies of the guild," Meiji said without any fear of him. "The agenda of this conference is about the massive capture of our compatriots the other day. It seems that the other day there was a similar case in the academy." "What?" A collective groaning occurred inside the venue. "That's right. I also couldn't contact the intelligence staff we sent to the academy. According to the announcement made to the cities in the Outer Ring, there was major system trouble. If the defense capabilities of the academy are down, isn't this our chance to attack? Are you stupid enough to start a war against the academy? We only need information from the academy. There's no reason to invade them. It's as if you are a parasite." "That's right. We do not let the host die. No matter how much fighting power we boast, we cannot go to war with the Galactic Federation directly. And going after the academy would get Jurai and Senua involved. It seriously risks too much. Most of us are doing this as a business, not for any kind of ideological reasons. This is not some kind of holy war, so it would be better for our business partner not to get angry. We need to keep it so that the GP considers loss compensation for some items much more economical than extensive, large-scale sweeping actions to annihilate us." There was actually an implicit rule between space pirates and the GP. If it was judged that the GP transport ship was not able to escape, the circumscribing container unit was separated, and the space pirate would not chase the ship anymore, as long as the GP doesn't put up a fight or put any traps in the container. Of course, this was the case only for ordinary container shipping. In the case of special transport such as fake transfer of important items, like what Sena was mistaken for, they often made use of automatic weapons and melee fighting, and in that case, there were sometimes casualties. However, most of the time when they got inside the ship, the GP side gave up on the goods in many cases. In Sena's case, it was a special example due to them misunderstanding the situation from the intercom transmissions and the pirate luring abilities of Sena. And naturally, the space pirates were all about economic efficiency. They didn't want to get involved with a camouflaged decoy ship or a troublesome opponent. That was why information gathering was necessary. For us, war is nothing but a massive profit loss, and its danger is evident judging by what just happened with the Devil Princess of Jurai's recent capture. The deputy supervisor looked up at DaRuMa, seeking a ruling. "Today, we will collect information by making maximum use of the route that each member has, as well as dispatching intelligence agents. We will do our utmost with the Central Information Department." In response to DaRuMa's resolution, the meeting was over. At the end of the executive meeting, the image projection that was displayed in a room on Tarrant's ship, the Deadless, disappeared. In a room luxuriously furnished aboard Tarrant's ship, blood was scattered everywhere, and the smell of corpses of young men and women fouled in the air. "Damn it, those cowards," Tarrant's deputy officer said. "I don't know what happened to those guys. They used to be better than that," Tarrant said with a slim smile, overlooking half-naked women without heads. "All the people who finished camouflage surgery have completed entry to the academy. The rumors of the system being down seems to be true." "Really? Are you going to clean up your toys, or are you still looking forward to playing with them?" Tarrant's assistant asked. Tarrant gestured at him to leave. "Well then, I'll be on my way," he said and left. Outside the orbit of the academy, which was surrounded by several outer rings woven together like a birdcage, there was an assault going on of people trying to illegally force their way in. Thankfully, due to the combined powers of Jurai and Senua, the academy had a solid defense plan in place. Mikami Kurimitsu's private Third Army destroyer ship known as Bond released hundreds of thousands of smaller ships piloted by AIs to fight off the intruders. While Noik Kamiki Jurai's ship, Kyoko, unleashed a massive, coordinated attack alongside them. The battle was hectic. Mikami's private planetary-scale warship, Jiwindel, was deployed into the fight as well alongside backup from Kanemitsu Hirata and the 7th Jurian Armada. Noik as a hollow image appeared before Mikami afterwards. Noik, you saved us out there today, thank you. Think nothing of it. I am honored to help serve you, Ms. Mikami. Noik was a member of the GP before becoming the daughter of Sito. She was currently living with the Masaki family of Earth as Tenchi's fiancé. Today is the entrance ceremony of the GP Academy. Are you sure you don't want to go and make a speech? It's been a while since you've been there, hasn't it? Seina and a few of your old colleagues are going to be there. Unfortunately, I can't. I don't want to make Sasami-chan have to do all the housekeeping by herself, and I also have to help with the farm work, she said. She was dressed in the royal clothes of Jurai, and her words did not match her outfit. Ho ho, you're practically a housewife already. Mikami, do you need anything else from me? Ho ho, no, that was all. Please give my best regards to the Masaki family. Yes, I will. Noik bowed and her hologram disappeared. The sun rose over Seina's dorm. It was the day of the entrance exam. He looked outside and admired the nice weather. Good morning, Seina. You're up early, Rijo and Kenneth said as they got out of their beds. Look, the weather outside is nice today. Seina exclaimed as he pointed out the window with joy. His two roommates looked at him like he was stupid. What are you saying? It's always this way. Kenneth, Earth is still in its early stages. They still don't know how to control the weather. Haha, but it's just the normal way it always is outside. Even so, Seina seems pretty happy. Maybe the Earth has unstable weather? It's not like that. Well, entrance ceremonies, graduation ceremonies, excursions, athletic meets. I've never been to one where it's been sunny outside, Seina said. He looked sad like a puppy that had been left out in the rain. It's never been sunny? Yeah, so on those days I was often told to stay at home by the school. Huh, I see. Even if you think it's a nuisance, you'd have to be a terrible person to say that to someone. I have been told things like that from my teachers and the friends of my friends. It was a sad confession and Kenneth and Rijo understood that. They tried to console him, and it looked ridiculous when they did because they still had paper bags on their heads. All right then. Don't look so down, Seina. Look up at that sunny day outside, Kenneth said, putting his hand on Seina's shoulder and pointing to the sky like a scene from a cheesy movie. The sky is celebrating your arrival here just like we are, said Rijo, putting his hand on Seina's other shoulder. Thank you. Even though it was cheesy and dramatic, Seina was glad to have friends. He looked out at the sky that Kenneth pointed to. That was the moment when they officially became a trio of friends in his mind. By the way, Seina, what's going on? You don't have a mark on your face anymore. Huh, hey, you're right. Seina said, checking a mirror monitor that materialized in front of him. The mark that wouldn't come off the other night was gone. Seina suggested that perhaps they also might have had theirs removed, and so his roommates took off their paper bags that they had fallen asleep in to check. Wow, This is probably an example of his biased probability, isn't it? But Seina's probabilities skew towards the negative side. Then maybe that mark was good luck? Kenneth said. I see. Ring. Ring. Seina heard a communications ring. He ran to his desk and pressed the button to accept the call. Good morning, Seina. How are you? Minaho's hologram appeared. She was wearing a flashy outfit different from her normal attire. Oh, Minaho, good morning. Oh, are you wondering about this costume? This is a sort of Jurian formal wear, Minaho said in response to Seina's stares at her. Today is your special day after all. Oh, thank you. Do your best. Yes. Seina's smile made Minaho happy. Hey Seina, I know that today is the beginning of a new hope for you, she said. Her smile became clouded and her eyes falling downwards into a sad expression. What? Yes. I know some people might bother you, but please don't feel bad. It might be troublesome, but please just endure it. Oh! What do you mean? He said. The answer became clear to him who she meant. She cut him off. Sorry, Minaho said and cut her broadcast to him. His roommates, who had left, returned and told Sena that the food system was down, so they had gone to the cafeteria to get food while he was talking with Minaho. They put out the food on a table and got ready to eat. In the courtyard outside Sena's dorm, people were lurking with complex camouflage equipment. They were spying on Sena. It was Hakuren and 3 others sent by Sito. Are you kidding? Is that all we're supposed to do? Hakuren, why do we have to do this? Karen complained. This is an important mission, Hakuren said dismissively at Karen. Is this really that important? Hey Jai-Kiran, isn't voyeurism a crime? This isn't voyeurism, it's surveillance. If we were voyeurs, we'd want Sena to know we were watching. The group of girls went on and on with chit-chat like this as they watched Sena eat breakfast. White rice, potatoes, seaweed miso soup, salted salmon fillets, spinach noodles, and natto with raw eggs. Sena was impressed at the food in front of him. It was a very traditional Japanese breakfast. Sena was surprised by this. His roommates said it was a classic morning breakfast of the academy. Sena told them that it was Japanese in origin and that he was surprised they could eat it, especially the natto. They didn't know it was from Earth originally and were surprised too. Kenneth's father went to the academy, so he had grown up eating natto at home. Kenneth turned on the TV. Well, let's see what's happening in the world today, he said as a news program came on. Kenneth, if you're going to watch the news, why don't you just switch to something else and record it? There's no point in watching it in real time. Because her smile is the best thing to see first thing in the morning. A distant aerial view of the city was displayed. Good morning, everyone at the academy. The image moved out of the shot and was replaced with 2 moderators who appeared and bowed. It was pretty similar to a normal Earth morning show. What? That's not Kirchi-chan. Today we will be having a slight change in our program due to the fact that we have special news to report on last night's incident in City 199. Speaking of City 199, isn't that where we went last night? I don't care about such things. Why doesn't Kirchi come out? It's strange, only one of the moderators and the commentators are the usual people. Maybe they had a sudden illness? It must be because of Sena. Kirchi is a CG idol, she doesn't get sick. Well, maybe she's just reporting from on-site. Let's wait a bit and see. You're right. Kenneth sat down somewhere and began eating natto with rice. That thing crashed into the base of the city? On the screen they showed Sirio's crashed battleship jammed in the middle of the city. It had no damage on the outside. It was just lying there like a beached whale. It hadn't crashed anywhere too important, but the ripples from the crash had caused damage all over the city. Damage Sena had gotten caught up in when the structure he and Widow were on fell. Oh, that was what caused it, Sena said as he remembered his encounter with Widow. That night had led to the discovery of a secret server established by Washu Hakubi and the deployment of lots of GP troops. There was a lot of damage and many criminals were caught. It seems that we caused a huge fuss. Not only are systems down in the dormitory, but they're down all over the academy. What happened to Kirchi? Was she hurt? Kenneth yelled after spitting out his miso soup. For Kenneth, it seems that the fact that Kirchi isn't on screen is an even bigger incident. Rijo said, opening up another monitor and searching for news about Kirchi. What is it? What's going on with Kirchi? Kenneth said, nearly crying. Yeah. I'm checking. She is a famous idol girl, so maybe she is doing news somewhere else today. A certain channel was flipped to, and her image was reflected in it. Is this idol ever going home? Was displayed as the headline. The news was about Kirchi moving out of her home. Kirchi is an AI, an artificial intelligence, but she has an astral as well. She is probably going to move away from her creator. Is an astral like a soul? When an artificial intelligence acquires new information over the years, just like an ordinary person would, it often generates an astral, which is something like a soul. Huh, that's amazing. It's a program with a soul. Basically, she is the same as us. The only difference is that she is artificial, but her intelligence has reached the level she has been properly recognized as having human rights, just like us. Oh, is that so? But if it's a program, what happens if you make a copy? The astral won't copy, so it is precious. The copy won't have human rights. It's not like an astral can just be copied. Oh wait, she's about to say something. Good morning, everyone at the academy. Good morning, everyone at the academy. Oh! Sena seemed to admire Kerchi's greetings, which were different every time. With artificial intelligence, he had imagined something uniform, but she had no such sense of incongruity. In her short greeting, he could read her emotions at that time. And above all, she had charm. She was very cute. I understand what Kenneth meant by, "This is good for waking up in the morning," Sena said. I will not deny that. Kenneth, are you feeling better now? Okay, I'm ready for today. Let's do this. Kenneth stood up cheering. Outside, the Cedo scouts monitored Sena. They realized he had finished breakfast and was headed out the door. It seems that he will be out soon. Karen and Jaikiran go meet up with him. Swearin and I will stay hidden, and we'll meet up with you at the ceremony. Roger that. Without making a sound, the four divided into two groups and started moving.